Welcome back to Teaching Time with Taya. Today, I'm going to talk about my most awesome experience ever going to the border security area at the Victoria Airport for a tour. That was awesome. I got to go in the cell, locking cells, and I got to try the machine that tests for drugs. I got to use the x-ray machine. I got to stand at the desk and look professional. I got to ride in their car. I got this hat that I'm wearing now from it. That was awesome. And, okay. And not only that, but I got one of the border security's numbers. And we're friends on Facebook, and I'm not going to name names because that's not fair, but it was a fun tour. And I have pictures all over Facebook with my trip, and my dad even wanted a hat too. He's like, "Where's my hat?" And I looked at him. "Did you go on the tour, Dad?" "No." "Well then, where do you don't deserve a hat." He's like, "Oh man." So that was fun. I showed him the videos of it. I got to try on the coats as well. Sit where all the computers were. Oh my God, that was fun. And got to see, because they use on the boats on the show. Like at the Victoria Airport, they only do the Victoria flights only. So that would be say for San Francisco, Portland, I would imagine, but I'm not sure. But I know San Francisco for sure. And I know Seattle for sure, and they also meet the Anticortes Ferry, plus they also go and meet the cruise ships. So, and I would imagine they'd go also and meet the, I may be wrong about this, but I would imagine they would have gone, where the Coho and the Clipper come in that goes to Seattle. So, I would imagine that they would do that too, seeing that that's from the States and that, and when I was in Creston visiting my dad, I asked if we could go to Idaho. Port Hill, which is in Idaho. So Dad said, okay, that day was my day to do whatever I wanted because the other day Dad was too busy. So we went into Idaho briefly. There wasn't much to see. We were in Port Hill and we came back. Well, I talked to the border security person and I told him how much I loved the show. And I told him that, and I also mentioned how there's no more Canadian border security, and I asked why that was. He told me that there was a huge lawsuit in that people that didn't want their faces shown got their faces shown. But the fact that I got to drive all the way into to Idaho was freaking awesome, and I got to see those border security people too. So yeah, all in all, it's my favorite show. I do like the American one, but not as much as the Canadian one. And just so everyone knows, if they want to see our airport on the show, Season 1, Episode 13 shows the border security, shows the Victoria Airport. Because the rest of the time it shows Vancouver, like the main airports. But they do show Victoria in two of them. I just can't remember the other episode it's on. But yeah. And it's my favorite thing in the world. And I remember talking to my cousin on the phone, and I told her, I said, I was at the airport today. She goes, "What are you doing at the airport?" And I said, "I went on a border security tour." She goes, "Oh my goodness gracious, that's going to be your highlight for the whole year." And I remember being at Lifetime Network's Mother program I attend. And what they do on Wednesdays, they do cooking. So what they did was they were showing pictures of how to dice onions and that on their big screens. I took one look at that and said, "Oh, and that looks like crystal meth." And the staff looks over and went, "You watch way too much border security." So that was funny. We all had a good laugh. And yeah, so that is my favorite show of all time. My dad kind of got me into it, but the thing is, he still likes it, but not like I do. So I really like it. And it's awesome. I'd love to work for them. The problem is trying to get all the way out to the airport because it's not so simple. I'm not entirely sure how frequent the 88 bus is that goes to the airport, so I wouldn't know how to time it right. But that would be so awesome. And someone said, "Well, you could go to the ferries." I'm like, "BC ferries? That's even further." I'm like, "Not that. Those ferries, the ferries at at the Coho area. I'm like, oh, those ferries. Forgetting about those altogether and how close I live to that. So yeah. So all in all, that was the best tour, one of the best tour I've ever had. Border security. I have pictures on Facebook, and like I said, that was awesome. Although the scanner that scans for drugs didn't want to work right away. That was funny. We were trying everything, and she's like, well, it's a good thing we're figuring this out now before we have to meet the Anacortes Ferry. So, yeah, I had a good laugh about that. And I saw her on border security, so I said to her, saw you on border security, got a thumbs up. So, that was funny. So, yeah. So, I will post this on YouTube. Bye, everyone.